Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. Just to let you know, we are also on Amazon now. So if you don't have Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, if you don't want to go on YouTube or Spotify, we're on Amazon. Everybody has Amazon on their phone. All right, tap in. No periodic table or alien talk. All right, but let's get into this download that the creator gave us. All right, like I always tell you guys, and I mentioned it yesterday, almost 100% of the things we discuss here on the podcast are messages from the ethers. I'm not pulling this stuff out of thin air. The creator is giving it to me, okay? It is not my job to give messages that make you feel comfortable. That's not my job. That's not what I do. That's not what the creator is instructing me to do or leading me to do, okay? Because remember, there's a difference between being led and instructed. We talked about that. I don't want to go off on a tangent and get off topic and focus, but we all need to understand that there are things that keep us together. There are pieces of glue that are holding us up together. Our understanding of ourselves is not one of those things that keep us in check. Our understanding of the world around us may have a little bit of ability to keep us in check. Why is it that we, in our understanding of ourselves, is not a good way to gauge any of this? Is number one, because we're constantly growing and evolving. Every day you learn something new that will lead to growth in some area or another, and you may not even see the growth right away, right? Whatever it is, financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, we are always growing. So you have to be mindful not to stunt your own growth by relying on your idea and your understanding of yourself as it is. You have to be aware that you are forever changing, okay? How you interact with others in the world around you, now that's something different, right? But it's not your job to explain that to anyone. Whether you are a person of God who is representing the creator in the highest ways, or if you're just a spectator and you're in the middle and you don't really know where you fall, you may not really have a relationship with the creator. You may not even believe that the creator is real. This would be for you. If you are someone who knows that the creator exists and you have went against God, more power to you, baby. I ain't even got no power to give to you. I'm just saying you goddamn crazy as hell. All right. That is not a side of the road that I would encourage anyone to walk on. And even if you are over there, I'm not even going to encourage you to come back. All right. I would encourage you to try to get to know the creator a bit more. But that's just as far as that goes, okay? Now, if you have allowed yourself to become enthralled, okay, or consumed with trying to prove to people that you are who you are who God said you are who you said you are, you're out of alignment. That's God's job, to prove and to reveal to people the gifts that He has given you in due time. This is why we have a spirit team. This is why, because those people are going to be able to look at you and know that you are covered and you have a spiritual gift that's going to be beneficial to humanity. As time grows, you are going to grow into your gifts. There are going to be old souls that are going to be evolving, and they have died and come back to life about 50 million times, and their soul has accumulated all this energy in order to be able to use their gifts for all of humanity. Not everyone who is gifted has a gift that is for everyone. That is not your job to go out of your way to try and prove to people that you have this really abundant gift. And it's not your job, it's definitely not your responsibility to go out laying hands and praying for everyone. And we talked about that, right? God is going to assign you people, the people that believe in you, the people that you're going to heal, the people that's going to hate you. All of those people are assigned to you by the Creator. You absolutely do not have to go and improve yourself to anyone, okay? It's not even like God to stress to people the importance of them understanding a person's gifts. He's just gonna show them, and he may even show them a few times, right? And that's just gonna be it. After a few opportunities of knowing a person the right way, after a few opportunities of learning how to accept a person who is gifted, right? And not just automatically assuming that they are evil or they are to be attacked, right? You are going to be lost in the wind. And God is probably not going to constantly keep sending you stuff back around. And if he does, it's going to be a far, long gone, drawn out process. This is why obedience is important, because you have to make sure that your idea of what gifted is aligned with the Creator's idea of gifted, right? And we're all wired differently. We all have these things about us that are different, and we can all probably pick through these things with a fine-tooth comb, right? And say, this is what I'm good at, that's what you're good at, and vice versa, right? You don't even have to do that. You pull on strengths and weaknesses when you're in the midst of an assignment. When you are preparing for an assignment, or when you have just ended a battle, and we're speaking spiritually, right? This is in terms of speaking spiritually. You don't have to pull all of your tools out of your knapsack, even in the midst of warfare. You are only to use the tools that are applicable to the war that's in front of you. So if you are assigned to a person and you are supposed to be relieving them of a spirit, your gift of foresight, your gift of seership, your gift of prophecy is important, right? You don't need to be going into how abundant you are financially and socially. It doesn't have anything to do with the matter at hand. And this is where a lot of people get lost, confused, distracted, and destroyed, because they overdo it, right? You want to be as humble and humane as possible, because there's not enough room in this galaxy, and I'm seeing in this galaxy like in all of the ethers, right? But seriously, in all of this dimension, in this timeline, we don't have enough time to use all of our gifts and waste and exert energy on things and in areas that are not going to need it, right? In other words, don't waste your goods. Your gifts are more valuable than money. Everything you do, spiritually speaking, is a reflection of your understanding of your gifts. And I'm saying everything you do, meaning when you're actively using your gifts. So prime example, If you are out, right, and someone walks past you and the creator's like, pray for them right now. Or bless that person, give them $5, buy them something to eat, walk them to their door, help them with their bags. Whatever it is that God is having you to do with someone, you are not allowed to step out of bounds. Using gifts that has nothing to do with that moment would be you stepping out of bounds for sure, okay? Most of the times we get caught up, and we talked about this recently, how a lot of people who are spiritually gifted are egotistical, right? On a lot of different levels. And sometimes it's not being done purposely. It's because you have this strong relationship with the creator. You're intelligent. You're happy about these gifts. And you don't give a damn about who's against you because God is on your side. But remember, we need people. God uses people. God sends people. God uses people for people. He's not going to send an alien to a human being to help you. Right? Like is put with like. Apples are never put with oranges, okay? Spiritually speaking, right? So you want to make sure that you are mentally and emotionally aligned with all of the things that you need to be stepping into, because they're going to allow you to stay grounded. Your gifts are going to keep you grounded. Can you imagine yourself without your gifts? And that is a completely different topic. But I'm just asking, like, if you had to think about it, right? How shitty would your life be without your gifts? And a lot of people think you're a shitty person because of your gifts, right? Your gifts are the reason why you've acquired so many different enemies, right? And so many different obstacles because of your relationship, your connection, and your closeness to not only the creator, but the ethers. There's a difference, right? Remember, people that are, all the spiritual people are connected to the ethers. The people that worship the devil have spiritual insight just as much as someone that the creator has blessed with the gift of seership. Okay? So don't get that confused. So this is why it's very important to make the distinction between those who vibrate high for the creator and those who vibrate high for the enemy. Both strong, not as equally as strong. Sometimes the people who worship the devil are a little bit stronger than you. They're not stronger than the creator. This is why you rely on the creator. And we talked about that, right? Being able to use your gifts. This is why you were given the insight, the instincts, the gut feelings, all of those things that you have inside of you are going to allow you to keep pressing forward. If you didn't have your gifts, you would be fucking done by now. It would have been so easy for the enemy to consume you in any kind of way that he would have wanted to. Not only does the creator have to give the permission for you to be attacked, you have to be open to the suggestion that you are going to be attacked as well. Of course, if God said it's going to happen, nothing or no one can stop it. But I'm saying your willpower, you have to have the will to fight off the attacks. God can protect you, but what kind of work are you going to do, right? Remember, faith without works is what? It's dead. So if you feel that it's necessary for you to be wrapped up in your own mind, in your own spirit, in your own world, you're going to lose touch with everything that you're supposed to be connected with. This is why you have your gifts, because your gifts are going to tell you who to help, who not to help, who to stay away from, who to connect to, what to eat, when to sleep, when to do everything. And you have to be obedient to that. Okay? We're human, we're going to fall short, but you get the gist. All right? But I want to end it here. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and drinking. I'm sorry, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. All right, love y'all.